Hey, this is Dr. Jim from Ahead to Wellness. This is a Q&A section on some questions that I received on some of these videos, which is going to be a great little fun thing. So I want to answer some of these questions if I can. So there was a video that I produced on PEMF, which stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Fields. And the comment was a really long and lengthy comment. And it was basically because it was a sort of opposing the type of PEMF that I use. There are two types. There's low voltage and high voltage. I use high voltage and didn't have a lot of great things to say on low voltage because the science and the FDA approval for low voltage is it can improve blood flow. This person put this big lengthy comment with all sorts of frequencies and various different things, but was also commenting about you need to be have high integrity. Well, of course, I do have high integrity, and that's my point. I mean, I've used high voltage PEMF for 17 years, maybe 18 now, and it's been the most amazing tool for my practice because I absolutely want patients to heal. And one of the main issues that I discovered years and years ago was a person's cellular health was really, really low. These are the people that no matter what they do and what they've tried for their health, nothing improves, nothing changes. Well, that doesn't sit well with me. And so when we have ways of testing a person's cellular health and we can discover that they have lowered cellular health, then of course the solution has a tendency to be, let's do PEMF. So years and years ago, I had a patient that we did all the perfect great things to do. We tested them, we set them up on a great protocol to solve their problems, and 6 weeks later we retested them, no changes. Of course, that doesn't sit well with me. No changes. So I was pretty irritated, and I'm like, what am I missing? And that's when I discovered it was a cellular health issue. And this might be your problem too, that, gosh, no matter what I do, I've tried everything under the sun and nothing improves my health. I'm just stuck. And then, of course, you start listening to doctors that can say, well, you're getting older and it's probably genetic, and it's not. It's not. Do not give up. Cellular health may be a major barrier to your ability to heal, and hence PEMF, high voltage PEMF, absolutely improves a person's cellular health. Now, we like to approach somebody's health holistically, so we also do things to improve, say, the nutrient content, because nutrients are really the tools to repair your body and the fuels to get to function normally. But if it can't get into your cells, it's nothing changes. You could have the perfect pristine diet, taking the best nutrients on the planet, and nothing changes because it can't get into your cells where your physiology really matters. Really big deal. And I've had such amazing changes and successes with this process using high voltage PEMF. It's been a game changer for my practice and for patients' health. And I will only do what works. I'm analytical, but I'm also very skeptical. So I want proof that what I did actually made great physiologic changes. Because if I don't, I am not doing this. Really, I'm not going to do this. Hope that helps in talking on PEMF, but I've found high voltage PEMF to be an absolute game changer. Because I did. The low voltage instrumentation that's out there, it's pretty inexpensive and doesn't do very much for people that I've noticed. Keys to good sleep. So many people are triggered when we talk about sleep. You need more sleep, but it's so true. The average American doesn't get enough sleep. They have way, way too much stress and sleep. You recover when you try to sleep. People say, I can get by in 2-3 hours, I'm just fine. Well, it's probably their youth. That's why they can get by, but they will eventually pay a price. I've had, case in point, I have a lady, she had lupus, an autoimmune disease, and she stocked shelves in a grocery store, and she would always work graveyard shift. And I eventually said to her, I said, look, you will not solve this problem until you get to a normal working 9-to-5 type of job. I saw her maybe 3 years later, and she said, it's changed. She was so excited that her job's changed. She's now working daytime shifts. And guess what's gone? Her lupus is gone. So it is a big deal to get enough sleep. Restorative sleep. We heal when we sleep. Helps our hormones. It helps everything when you get plenty of sleep. Myself, if I don't get sleep, I need to, I have to. It's just not allowed. I just won't allow myself, because otherwise I get run down, overtired, get sick. I'm grumpy, grouchy, moody. That's not so good. So get your sleep, please. Adults, 6, 7, 8 hours, preferably. Ladies need a little bit more. What about fixing your brain fog? That's a critical thing too. So, because sleep can be contributing to that. That's another video we did. So sleep is important. Your blood sugar control is also really critical to fixing your brain fog. Also, you can have lots of full body systemic inflammation that can be contributing to brain fog. There's a special test that I do. I did it on myself actually, because most testing that I do is pretty normal. Everything that I do is I test and everything. There's not much going on in my body that's bad, except this one test, special test. It's a really sophisticated blood test that measures the antibodies going on in your brain, and it's testing for problematic health issues. For me, when I did this test, I discovered that I was heading towards Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis. I had a blood-brain barrier breach, and I had activated Epstein-Barr. And COVID-19, right? COVID can activate your Epstein-Barr, reactivate it. Big problem. And guess what? Solving and have solved it all. So really great, phenomenal testing, and I had also tons of brain inflammation back then. Felt just fine, which is why I say do not measure your health by how you feel, measure it by how you function. You should be doing some testing. And best testing would be with functional medicine doctors, because they will do the right type of testing to really see if things are really going on, not just doing some really minimal testing just to search for disease. So another interesting comment, this is more of a funny comment. I was talking about stress and how it affects us and that sort of thing. And I typically will say, well, when you have so much stress, you can't quit your job and fire your family and all of that. And this person said, well, you can always fire your family or quit your job. And sometimes one or both of those things is the absolute best decision. What a great comment. But I say, well, realistically, you have to shore up your adrenal gland function, because that's what's important to help you manage your stress. Because it literally, your adrenal glands, if they're in great shape, they can adapt your body physiology to be able to manage and deal with that stress so it doesn't harm you physically. But a funny and great comment. Let's see, this question. Oh, I got to thank you. Thanks, my mom had it and now she's okay. So that's good. Sugar and cocaine. I had made a comparison, which is interesting. There's brain studies that show that your brain that's on cocaine, or a person's brain that's on cocaine, looks exactly the same as someone's brain on sugar. Who does not love sugar? We all do. It's the most legal drug that's so addictive, and that was my point. But what do you eat when everything has sugar in it, which is one of the great comments too. And of course, my comment is, well, eat protein and fat, which doesn't have sugar. Protein and fat. And the great part about that is if your body absolutely needs sugar, because people say, well, I can't go without sugar. I can't do it. And it's mostly because we've been sort of brainwashed to think that sugar is essential for your body. It's like one of those essential dietary things that you need. Here's the best part, is your body can convert protein and fat to sugar if you need it, if and when you need it. Because sometimes physically, you're super physically active and your body's blood sugar, basically your blood sugar drops too low, and then all of a sudden, because of gluconeogenesis, your body will convert some of that to sugar to keep everything nicely balanced. That would be the best way to actually increase your sugar levels if you could do it through that process. So yes, protein and fat are essential amino acids, essential fatty acids. Put those things in only, and your health will dramatically change. Let's leave it at that. What about coffee? Coffee is also a very controversial topic. I get lots of comments about coffee because I love coffee myself. I really do enjoy it. I love the taste of it. And let's just say that you're that person that absolutely loves coffee, but you need it doctored up. You need to put cream and sugar in it. Well, you could do that still. And I say, if you're going to put cream, do not use that mocha mix, non-dairy creamer garbage. It tastes amazing, but it has all those hydrogenated, bad, terrible oils that will damage your heart and blood vessels. They're the oxidized oils that will damage your heart and blood vessels. And secondly, sugar. We want to take the sugar out, so do stevia or monk fruit. Not honey, because to your body, honey, oh, well, it's natural sugar, or fruit is natural sugar. No. Your body reacts the same, whether it's natural sugar from honey or from fruit, as it does to any added sugar in there. So coffee is okay. You just don't want to do a pot of coffee a day. It starts to stress your adrenals when you're doing that much. So I say just reduce it a bit so you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. I'll move on because coffee, I'm going to get a lot of comments about this topic. Let's see. What else? Oh, steps to getting rid of allergies. That's an interesting topic because current science says that you need to look at gut health. Gut health is also important in it as a really, you can make a major impact on your full body allergies, not just food allergies, but also environmental allergies because of how much your immune system is in your gut, in your digestive tract. Plus, putting in some digestive enzymes can help because have enough stress. And in my case, I live in Southern California. Just driving the freeway and you're in that stress side of your body and your nervous system, and you're not going to produce good digestive enzymes. So taking enzymes helps you to effectively digest and break down your food. Therefore, your body and your immune system knows what digested food is, but not undigested food. It becomes a foreign invader and you have an immune response in your gut and it starts to cause that whole problem. So overall, both environmental allergies as well as your digestive allergies, food allergies, can have a major impact on that just by taking care of your gut. What else do we have here? We got a good thumbs up on causes, testing, and improving heart health. I have a lot to say about heart health. And the bottom line with that is that heart health comes about by removing several things from your diet. So starch, sugar, and alcohol. And in the starch side of things, that would include gluten or gluten-containing foods because it's a cardiovascular irritant. There's a lot of problems today. There's a condition that's going around called atrial fibrillation. So if you could take out one cardiovascular irritant, that might make an impact on you, which would be gluten. Second, another great thing would be to take out sugar, because sugar is very pro-inflammatory. Plus, sugar and starch both basically damage your blood vessels and your heart. I see it all the time. I see lots of people that are diabetic as well as pre-diabetic. And guess what the problem for diabetics are? It's not blood sugar. It's not, oh, you have diabetes. It's what diabetes does to your heart and blood vessels, because heart disease is still the #1 killer today. Heart disease is. How do you fix that? How do you reverse that? You need to work on blood sugar. So really, really, really important. Heart health, removing starch, sugar, as well as alcohol. Current science, and this is not me saying this is current science, there is no good level of alcohol. Even, well, I have that glass of red wine. Current science is saying no, there's nothing good about it. If you need the natural antioxidants that occurs in the skins of grapes, take it in a supplement, because the alcohol does too much damage to your liver as well as its liquid sugar to your body, and hence it affects your blood sugar. I see it frequently. I might get some bad comments about that.
I think you're good to wrap up.
So with all of that, hopefully that helps. Some good question and answer here. It's also been a lot of fun. So I'm on social media. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. I'm also on podcasts, so Spotify, Apple, and Google as well. Please like and subscribe there. That'd be an awesome thing to do. And if you like this content, subscribe, because there's gonna be a lot more of this. My name is Dr. Augustine from Ahead to Wellness. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.